Hello everyone, welcome to the world of Lean Six Sigma. I am Mohit Sharma, your mentor and coach on Lean Six Sigma issues and problems. Welcome to our case study on transforming the onboarding experience at ABC Multinational Company. ABC is a global organization. It was facing a common challenge, making new hires feel truly ready and welcome. Despite efforts, new employees often felt overwhelmed, disconnected, and unclear about their roles. The onboarding process was inconsistent, lacked personalization, and didn't reflect the company's culture. This led to low survey scores. Only 50% of the new hires rated their experience positively, and a 17% attrition rate within the first 6 months. So, what did company ABC aim to do? They want to boost positive survey score to 80% by March 2025, and they want to reduce the attrition to 10% by August 2025. They created a cross functional team in which they had a sponsor from Vice President HR. The champion was Senior Director HR. The mentor is Mohit Sharma. And they had process owner, which is Director HR. And then they had team members which were aligned to this project. Then the team did a brainstorming session in order to identify the root causes for low satisfaction score. Some of the main root causes identified were nobody assigned to the new joinees, overwhelming training, lack of role clarity, no standard practices across sites regarding onboarding, and there were also some other root causes which were identified. Then team did some data analysis. For that, I will take you to Minitab. Friends, you can buy my authored books on Amazon. My first book is 8 Steps to Problem Solving, which talks about Six Sigma concepts. And my second book is Continuous Improvement the Lean Way, which talks about the lean concepts. So team did collect some data. So some of the data collected was their service tenure was mentioned in number of days here. So it has to be checked against the manager time in minutes, how much time the manager has spent. Is it creating an impact on the person spending time in the organization? And role clarity within how many days, 0 to 30 days, 30 to 60 days, or 60 to 90 days. So as soon as the person gets the clarity, the person is staying more or less in the organization. There was another data point which they had was on the survey score. The survey score was top two box score was 9 and 10, and there was a score from 0 to 8 given by the employee. So whenever the employee was assigned a buddy, whether the person is giving us more score or less score, that's another data point that the team had to analyze. So I'm going to first analyze the tenure versus manager time spent in minutes, service tenure in days, and manager time spent in minutes. So for that, I am going to see whether there is a correlation between both of them or not. I am going to do a fitted line plot here. My response, which is Y, which is services in tenure in days, is a continuous metric, and predictor, which is X, which is manager time in minutes, is again a continuous data. So when my X and Y both are continuous in nature, I use simple linear regression or fitted line plot. I click OK. The R square adjusted value is greater than 65%, which suggests that as the manager time spent with the employee is more, there is a probability that the employee is going to stay more in the organization. So they had a positive correlation, and R square adjusted value greater than 65% suggests that. So which means the managers has to spend minimum 2 hours of time in the first 6 months with the employee. Maybe 30 minutes meeting, 4 different meetings of 30 minutes with the employee. So next X that we are going to test is with survey score and buddy assigned. So what is the relation between them? So my X and Y both are discrete in nature. So I'm going to use chi-square test. I'm going to use stat, tables, chi-square test for association. In the rows, I am going to enter the survey score, and in columns, I am going to enter buddy assigned and click OK. If you look at the p-value which is less than 0.05, which suggests that it is a contributing factor. And if you look at 9 and 10 scores, when we assign a buddy, we were expected 17.55 times we will be rated in range of 9 and 10, but we were rated 25 times. So it means it is again a contributing factor here. Alright, so now the last X, which is I'm going to check, which is service tenure in days versus role clarity provided in how many days to the employee. If it is provided within 0 to 30 days, or it is provided between 30 to 60 days, or between 60 to 90 days. So my data, which is C3, is project Y data, which is right now a continuous data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the normality of this data. Stat, basic statistics, graphical summary, service tenure in days, and click OK. So when I look at this p-value which is greater than 0.05, which suggests that my data is normally distributed. So I am going to use one-way ANOVA test for this particular analysis, because role clarity within days is a discrete X. So when my Y is continuous and normal and my X is discrete, I use one-way ANOVA test. So for that, I will go to Stat, ANOVA and one-way. In the response, I will enter service tenure in days. In the factor, I will enter role clarity within days and click OK. If you look at the p-value which is less than 0.05, which indicates that yes, it is a contributing factor. Now, if we look at the data, when we are giving the role clarity within 0 to 30 days, the mean is 414.62 days, means the employee is spending more time with us, versus when we are taking more time to explain the role, the person is spending lesser time with the company. So it is again one of the significant or contributing factors. So after the data analysis, team provided certain solutions to these problems or identified certain solutions to these significant X's. So let's get back to the presentation to know more about them. Friends, you can buy my authored books on Amazon. My first book is 8 Steps to Problem Solving, which talks about Six Sigma concepts. And my second book is Continuous Improvement, the Lean Way, which talks about the lean concepts. So the first X which was identified as one of the significant X's was lack of manager time. The problem was that manager was often too busy to dedicate significant time to the onboarding process. So for some of the solutions which were identified and highlighted were they automated the onboarding tasks such as welcome email, training schedules, all of these were sent with the auto notification to the new employees. They created the manager onboarding checklist with a time efficient touch point. Like for example, 15 minutes every week, a manager has to meet the new joinee. Delegate the onboarding responsibilities, some of them to the HR coordinators or some of to their team leaders. The next one, the next significant X was nobody assignment. The problem was when the nobody is assigned to the new hire felt isolated. So to avoid that feeling or to avoid to give support on that front, they implemented a formal buddy program in which the new hire is paired with a peer for the first 90 days. They had to train the buddies so that they have right type of expectation set up for them. So regular check-ins, cultural guidance and informal support is provided to the new buddies. Gamify the buddy engagement with recognition or rewards for successful pairings. They also use the feedback loop to collect the feedback on buddy effectiveness. X on which the team worked was overwhelming trainings. So new hires are bombarded with too much of information too quickly. What the solutions that they provided, they break training into digestible modules. They prioritize essential content for the first week, and then they use interactive formats like quizzes, simulations, and scenario based learning to boost retention. The next one was lack of role clarity. New hires are unsure about the responsibilities and the expectations. So the solution was to provide a detailed role guide during onboarding, including KPIs, reporting lines, and success metrics. Scheduled a role alignment meeting with the managers in the first week. Share examples of successful performance from peers in similar roles, and use onboarding surveys to identify the confusions early and adjust the communication accordingly. So, that are the top four solutions that the team has implemented. And by implementing these solutions, the team was able to get the results. There were tangible and intangible benefits that the team had. The tangible benefits had the reduced early attrition. They improved the productivity because the person was able to ramp up fast. Higher survey scores. They were cost savings because the fewer replacements and rehiring efforts reduces the cost for the company. Better talent retention, enhanced employer branding, and streamlined processes were some of the tangible benefits. Overall savings from the project were $215K per annum because of the avoidance of the rehiring cost, early productivity gains from the employees by providing them the right type of onboarding experience. Some of the intangible benefits were stronger employee engagement, improved team morale, positive first impressions, cultural alignment, manager confidence, sense of belonging, and organizational learning. So friends, with this I am ending this video. I hope you like this video, and if you really like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.